Ace was solid in this game, I would say.
Less efficient.
But less efficient, exactly. And I think that's what we haven't been seeing throughout the course of this little run that Penn State's on, the 3-game winning streak that they were on. Penn State, they had been dominating in a few categories. They've been dominating, by and large in 3-point percentage, particularly on Thursday. They didn't do that, obviously, in this game. They only shot 31. Northwestern shot 38. The big thing for Penn State is they only got 3 steals the entire game. They gave up 7. They turned the ball over 11 total times in the game, while Northwestern only turned it over 6 times, and that was something that was a big story of the first matchup, was just how frequently Penn State was able to turn the Wildcats over. Well, that wasn't the case on Sunday, and I think that was, in a close game, that was a big part of the reason why the Nittany Lions obviously struggled. And then at the end of the game, they had their chances. They were within, I forget how many, but it was, 3 or 4 or 5 points, and they just went cold. They went, 2.5 minutes or something without scoring down the stretch. And, at that point, a close game down to the wire, you're done. There's nothing more you can really do, again, with how Penn State was. So
we were down 1 with 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
And you had just gotten some momentum. You went into the timeout. It's like, all right, guys, use this. Do what you did against Iowa. Grind out this game. Make a couple of big shots. Right out of that timeout, you gave Northwestern a wide-open layup.
Yes.
You turned the ball over. If Baldwin only had 3 turnovers, it felt like he had 10. And you give up another easy layup, and all of a sudden, now you're down 5.
Yeah, that sequence was
You ended
big.
up losing by 5. You could never get that momentum back. Yeah, that defensive breakdown lost you all your momentum, and then the turnover just killed it. And you couldn't end up getting those shots. Kern was fantastic, but he fouled out. Man, Kern, it feels like whenever he's playing great on offense, he always fouls too much on defense.
Yeah.
It feels like he can never get both those things going at the same time.
He tied a career high, but yeah, he also tied a career high in fouls, I guess.
And then Kanye Clary, 14 minutes, 0 for 3 from the field, and it felt like he took like 10 shots. Like, it felt like when Clary was out there, he had the ball in his hands the whole time again. He would make a decent pass, but our offense just didn't feel strong with him out there. It didn't feel like we were getting easy looks.
It just doesn't make sense. It honestly does not make sense.
He had the worst plus-minus on the team, and it wasn't. I believe it was minus 15 in those 14 minutes.
Jeez.
When he was out there. I mean, you could say, oh, it makes sense he didn't score a point, but Kanye Clary not scoring a point in a game doesn't make sense.